views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Straight ahead on Perspectives, technology is on the move. We'll talk about the latest with the Apple technology. Also, cryptocurrency. It's real. It really is. But how real is it for many people? And then also cybersecurity. What to know in a time like this, especially as the Russian-Ukraine war heightens. That more in this edition of Perspectives with yours truly, Darren Hyman.
What's on your mind?
Let 'em know.
Express what's on your mind. What's on your mind?
Let 'em know. Anything relevant to life, you bring it to the table. Whether you make a move solo or a movement with a stable. No fables, you speak on your decisions. Cause in the long run, it's your voice, your views, your vision. Keeping it real with many messages for you to know. This ain't radio, but DJ runs the show. Entertainment, he rocks it. Politics, he locks it. The host with the most would handle any topic. Don't forget to share your perspective with shines of light. Cause it might make a difference in someone else's life.
Make a difference in someone's life. Express what's in your heart and your mind. Share your perspective.
Hello, everyone. I'm Darren Hyman, and welcome to another edition of Perspectives. And yes, you can catch us every week here on BronxNet's Channel 67. If you want to find out more information about how to get connected to us, well, don't hesitate. Go to our Facebook page, that BronxNet TV. And then also we can talk about Instagram and Twitter. And if you need to reach me personally, I'm DC Jaime 23 on Instagram and Twitter. And my professional page is Darren C. Jaime on Facebook. There you can get some information as well as some inspiration. Well, coming up on today's show, we talk about technology. When we talk about technology, it's ever changing. And as we know, everything from the Android to iPhones to cybersecurity, these things change rapidly. We're pleased to have a very special guest with us that is going to share with us. And as we're also talking about women's history, she's history all in the making. Her name is Sherri Smith. She's the editor-in-chief of Laptop Magazine and the first African-American woman to ever be editor of Laptop Magazine. And so, Sherri, welcome to the show. When we talk about exposure and cybersecurity, how much are smartphones really putting us out here? Because when we're talking about the Russians and what's going on in Ukraine and cybersecurity and this, that, and the third, we know that a lot of information is being hacked, is being leaked via phone.
Absolutely. I mean, smartphones themselves aren't doing it. We are doing it. Because just like every time that you download or go to install an app, it gives you a list of things that it's asking permission to do. So are you comfortable with a game having access to your camera, your mic, your contacts list? Like we give permission so freely because like it's a great, like, oh, I want to play with this app, I want to do this, I want to do that, and we don't read the fine print. And all of a sudden, these apps are accessing things that we might not be comfortable with. It's gotten better as the technology has progressed, so you can actually go into an Android phone or an iPhone and basically select what permissions each app can access at any time. But you also have to make sure that you're downloading reputable apps. Like, so everybody's really big about Wordle. Wordle theoretically doesn't have an app. Wordle is like, you have to go to their page and all of that, but there are tons of Wordle clones out there. And while everyone is trying to make a buck, some people are trying to make a buck through ill-gotten information on your phone. And it's very easy to hide malware in an app, and you're none the wiser. You're playing, you're swiping, you're doing whatever you're doing, and meanwhile some foreign actor has access to all your info, all your passwords, your contacts list, and so it's really on us to be vigilant about the things that we're downloading and to just take a second and like, okay, what am I allowing this to access? And if you're not comfortable with it, like, say no, or just don't download the app.
Yeah. How often should a person change their password?
I personally think you should change your password at least twice a year, like if not more, but none of us really do it. Like,
Right, right.
like,
I'm used to it now. I'm not gonna do that.
but like if the easy route is to do a password manager, and like and that way you don't have to like, okay, like it'll do it for you. Like you'll have, all you have to do is remember the password to the password manager, and it manages anything that needs a password. It's a really simple solution. Instead of keeping that same password that you've had for the last some odd years, because you get comfortable, you get like hackers and malware and bots and all of the bad actors out there are reliant on us being lax and being comfortable and not uh keeping it, maintaining security.
So how do we go about getting a password manager? If somebody's out there watching.
There all you have to do really is Google or Bing or whatever search engine you're using, password managers, and you'll get some really good ones are LastPass. Google actually has one, and and authenticators are really good as well. Authenticators are apps that um send numerical codes to your phone, and like you have to, when you go to the site that's in question, because like, so for instance, I have a Google authenticator, and I have Facebook and a couple of other things on there, so it'll generate this numerical code, and I have to put it in within a certain time. If not, it'll refresh, and I need to put in a new numerical code, and that basically protects from someone trying to access my stuff, because not only do I have two-factor authentication on it, I have the authenticator app. Like, so it is going to be very hard for you to get into my stuff. I've
Yeah.
had it happen once, and once was enough.
Talk to me a little bit about cryptocurrency, because we're hearing more about cryptocurrency. I want to shift focus for a second, and the emergence of cryptocurrency. We know that Joe Biden recently signed an executive order but when it comes to countries and other people accepting it, what are we hearing? What are we learning about people accepting crypto as the new form of currency?
Crypto has really taken off. It cuts out, like, people like it because it cuts out the middleman, which is the bank. We all know the deal. We put our money in the bank. They loan it out to other people with interest. We don't see any of the interest, or if we do, it's like 1% APR, and that's nothing.
Right, right, right.
Crypto basically allows you to pay for goods with with digital money. It's protected by the blockchain. um and if I remember correctly, Venezuela is dealing, like, they deal directly in cryptocurrency. Like, they're I don't even think I think they're still using paper money, but like crypto is big in countries like Venezuela. And it's getting big here because now you like PayPal is into crypto. Like any like Robinhood, you can buy crypto on Robinhood. You can buy it on like any investment app. Like, you can buy crypto now. So that, like, once that happened, crypto came into the mainstream, and it's something that if you can get some Ethereum or get some actual Bitcoin, God bless you, because the price the price is constant. I'm too rich for my blood, but if you manage to get one or two, hold on to them, because the value is only going to go up. Like, there will be fluctuations, of course, because it's basically like the stock market. But like right now, it's a hot ticket item, and I don't see it cooling off anytime soon.
Amazing. And so, as we before we go to break, talk to us a little bit about what we're anticipating happening over the next quarter.
We are closing the first quarter. We're going into the second. A lot more iPhone rumors.
Yeah.
Other rumors we're going to be seeing. Samsung Galaxy Fold 4. Hearing things about a new hinge, potentially having a VS pin, in like a housing for the pen to live within the phone, which will be big for that phone. If true, we're going to see a lot of games. Like, this is going to be the year of games for both PS5 and Xbox, because as we saw, Xbox made some big moves at the start of the year with the acquirement of several big companies. And as far as VR, the metaverse is heating up. It like Reggie Fils-Aimé, a former executive over at Nintendo, basically kind of poo-pooed the metaverse. Like, and I get what he's saying. His thought is that we're not going to be sitting wearing headsets 24/7. That's not going to happen. What he thinks the future is going to be is augmented reality, where you are wearing something like, basically bringing back Google Glass, where you're wearing a pair of glasses, and you're getting information beamed in front of your eye like as you're walking through the world. VR definitely has its place. Like, I'm a huge proponent of VR and the quote unquote metaverse. But we need a lot more people to invest in VR headsets before it really takes off. But people have gravitated to the Quest 2 because it came in at a $199 price point. That's affordable. Like, you hit that affordable mark, and you take away the need to have it tethered to a laptop or a desktop, and you take away the need to have this massive VR space, and now you're talking about something that the average consumer can use. So, like, the metaverse is coming. It's honestly here. Like, if you play games, and you are using real world currency to buy fake the in-game current, you are in the metaverse. We are all there already. It's only going to grow. It's just, what is going to be the main avenue? Will it be VR or will it be AR?
That's going to be something we're going to have to watch out for. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more with Sherri L. Smith, editor-in-chief of Laptop Magazine. You're watching Perspectives with yours truly, Darren Hyman. And we're back here on Perspectives. And yes, Women's History Month during the month of March. And we're pleased to have one woman that's making history. We're pleased to talk with Sherri Smith, who is the editor-in-chief of Laptop Magazine. And she shares with us a little bit about what is going on in the age of technology. And Sherri, when we talk about technology right now, first of all, congratulations. Happy Women's History Month. And we'll talk about that in a little while. But when we talk about the age of technology and where we are right now, technology is the way to go. And as the editor-in-chief of Laptop Magazine, one thing that you can tell is that things are always happening.
Absolutely. In today's news, like, you're going to be seeing a lot of iPhone SE reviews. So if you're unfamiliar, the SE is the lower tier line of iPhone. So it's coming in at about I think it's coming in at $499, which is basically a budget pricing for an Apple phone. But despite the inexpensive price, it is packing some key upgrades um in the namely in the processor, the A15 Bionic processor, which we've seen in the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro, like so they're basically getting a really significant bump up with last year's big iPhones. They're now getting that push with that processor. So it really is going to be faster, more powerful, and it's under $500, so it's actually a steal. People that are looking for a design change are going to be sorely disappointed. It's basically the same phone. It's just maybe it's a scooch lighter than it was than the last model, and like thanks to software and firmware updates, you'll see better camera performance in this version compared to last year's iteration of the SC. So that's big news. If we are talking about iPhones, everybody of course wants to talk about the iPhone 14, which is not out yet. We're probably not going to be here seeing that phone until October time, but that doesn't mean that people aren't giving rumors. So rumors and leaks and reports, oh my, we are hearing that for the Pro version and the Pro Max version of the iPhone 14, because there will be several variants as there were for the 13, that they will be ditching that notch. So that intrusive notch that is on the top of your iPhone, depending on if you get one of the higher tier models, that might be going away in favor of like a hole punch or a pill design. Still, this is it's unsubstantiated right now. It's just a rumor, but like a lot of people are reporting on this rumor because that's big news. Like whenever Apple does a redesign, it's big news. So so that's on the horizon, and they're also talking about that the phone might get a thicker body. So that means that instead of that annoying camera bump on the back, it'll sit flush into the phone, so that'll be a really slick look. So we'll see if all of that will be confirmed, because we've got months and months ahead and plenty of more leaks on the horizon.
Right. And I know you're looking for the leaks to find out exactly what could potentially happen. But when we talk about the industry right now, a lot of people are suffering because we're talking about supply shortage, computer chips shortage. What can you bring us in regards to that and how that's affecting supply as well as demand?
Well, we are still like the supply chain was originally hit by the COVID pandemic, so we're still there. We're still trying to recover from there, and with the recent events taking place in Ukraine, that's also putting a squeeze on the supply chain. So what's probably going to happen is that people are like there's going to be less supply for people to buy. So the way that people couldn't get their hands on and still haven't gotten their hands on the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X and S, like that could happen with phones and laptops and other devices, depending on if the companies in question have the supply to make enough. Because you be surprised where all the things that go into your tech come from, like the chemicals and the like supposedly the new iPhone 14 is one of the variants is going to be titanium. Where is that titanium being sourced from? So it's really up in the air on how consumers will feel it. Hopefully it will not be felt in our pocketbooks, but more than likely it'll be felt in our pocketbooks.
Right.
But one can only hope that it won't.
Well, let me take a quick break and come back with more with Sherri Smith, editor-in-chief of Laptop Magazine. We'll be right back, closing out in a few.
public transportation, don't touch your phone. Carry hand sanitizer and use it immediately upon leaving the bus or train. Avoid touching your face. If someone is coughing or sneezing, move away. Wash your hands with soap and water as soon as possible. Limit contact with poles. If possible, avoid rush hour. Don't eat or drink on public transportation. Keep your bag off the floor or other surfaces. Avoid directly touching turnstiles. Stay up to date with the latest from your local health department and CDC.
And we are back. Sherri Smith is our guest here, and she is the editor-in-chief of Laptop Magazine. Please talk to us because you are the first African-American woman that is sitting at that chief spot of your magazine. That's history in itself. Talk to me about what that means and what it means to be a history maker, particularly in a month like this.
I get to go home to my mother and say, hey mom, I've made Black history, I've made women's history. So that's always a good thing. That's always a great thing. But it's also bittersweet because this happened in 2020, and it's 2020. It's the year of our Lord 2020, and we're still having firsts like this. So for me, the job is to, maybe I am the first, the job is to make sure that I am not the best. That means that part of my job in tandem with making sure that we deliver the latest and greatest in tech news through reviews and how-tos and features and everything else that we do on the site. It's also to develop the next generation of tech journalists and make sure that they are carrying the torch even better than I could. And I'm always excited about my staff. To me, my staff I have the best in the world. They choose to work with me every day and deal with my crazy antics. And they are the next gen. They are the bright stars. They are the future of the industry. And it's my pleasure to develop them as writers as well as people. So I think that is the bigger part of the job, like in addition to, of course, playing with all the expensive toys.
Which is what I want to get to before we go. The good part about it is you started out just like gaming and you turned your career into something out of just gaming.
Like, I basically, if you had asked my mother or myself what I would be doing for a career, like I thought I was going to be a doctor. This job didn't exist. I didn't know, or at least I didn't know it existed. And she just did a real good job of making sure that she honed in on my interest and my talent. She made sure I took computer science courses. She made sure that I was I love to read. So I was never wanting for books. Even though I was an outside kid, she also indulged me in my love of video games and computers and things of that nature. And now started from the bottom. Now we're here. And my family doesn't totally understand everything I do, but like every now and then they can see that, oh, Sherri's on the news or Sherri's doing this and she's talking about tech and this and that. The ultimate goal is to one day go home and not have to do tech support. Have I reached that lofty goal? No, but I like to believe every day that I am getting closer to said goal.
Well, as long as technology continues to advance, I don't think that there'll ever be a day and a time where you won't be doing tech support. So listen, I know it's a goal, but just have to wait it out. All right, Sherri Smith, I want to thank you for being with us here on Perspectives. Much love. Continue to do what you do. And certainly we'll be checking back with you to find out the latest and the greatest. Sherri Smith, editor-in-chief of Laptop Magazine. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All righty. Sherri Smith, thank you. The editor-in-chief of Laptop Magazine. And yes, a young woman that's making a difference, breaking the ceiling, and creating history. Listen, as you look at Sherri's life and you look at her story, you can see plenty of examples of individuals, of people who've really gone the extra mile, done it in spite of, and landed at the top. So we can never, ever, ever allow excuses or people or places or things to keep us from being at the top of our game. Sherri is a great testimony. We're glad that we could have her here on the show today. So listen, that about wraps it up for us here on Perspectives. I'm Darren Jaime. Until the next time we meet, stay safe, share your perspective. You don't know, it just might make a difference in someone else's life. Take care.
Make a difference in someone's life. Express what's in your heart and your mind. Share